Alright, so moving on to Rebel Attack. Last level of episode 4. And this level is pretty simple, as in a newer player can get a time that's really close to the top players, but getting the times that the top players get can take a lot of practice. And we're going to be using a mechanic called torpedo dunking to help us hit some of the torpedoes faster, which is a pretty small time save, but it's for the maximum optimization. That's what you're going to want to do. Alright, so right away, first torpedo dunk, you just do a 180 above the target and spam the torpedo key. And that's how you do torpedo dunk. They're kind of tricky to learn, but once you get it down, it's not too bad. So for torpedo dunking, it's every other. So we're gonna dunk this one, but then do a normal shot on the next one. And then we're gonna dunk this one and do a normal shot on the next one. And it's worth noting that you can only do a torpedo dunk if you have 3 torpedoes. If you only have 2, it won't let you shoot, because that's the way infinite torpedoes works. So for this one, we're going to want to stay to the right. Once again, we're going to do dunk, normal shot, wait till we get 3 torpedoes to do the next dunk, and then normal shot. And now there's a power up in this left satellite right here, which I would grab just so you don't die. Dunk, normal shot, wait till you have 3 torpedoes, so I kind of slow down here. Dunk, normal shot. And then because you have the power up, you can get really close to this wall, because you're not going to die from the explosion. And now we come to room 3 skip, and there's quite a few ways to do it. It's easier to do on controller, and it's easier to do on the Y-Wing, but it's definitely possible on X-Wing and keyboard. It's just like that. So pretty much, this wall here has collision, but not where it turns. So that part right there does not have collision, but the other part does. So it's kind of a balance, because you don't want to hit the transition and reload the previous room, but you also don't want to hit the wall. So it's just something you have to practice, and you kind of just want to move a little bit too much there. Just kind of focus on taking it kind of slow and going in like that. And now once you're out of bounds, you want to stay really close to inbounds, because if you go too far out, you'll fall out of the world. Like if I just go out, I just fall and die. And also when you go out, you'll also get this camera glitch in which the camera zooms out a bunch. And to fix it, just head back in bounds, or try to make it to the end. Alright, and the reason I say it's easier with the Y-Wing, and the reason it's easier on controller, is because the Y-Wing moves a lot slower. So you really can focus on coming in really slow and just barely getting it. Like that. And then once you're out, remember to stay pretty close to inbounds. The camera will probably zoom out, but just kind of keep tapping left. And eventually, once you make it far enough, you should make it past room 3. And at this point, you can just go up and hit the cutscene. The room 3 skip saves maybe around 10 to 15 seconds, so if you can't get it consistently, it's not a big deal. Just do the torpedo dunks on the other 2 targets. There's a power up in the left satellite in the middle of that area. Alright, so the secret to this trench run is to literally hold completely straight. You don't want to do any directional movements, because if you do, you'll get shot. But as long as you're holding completely straight, they won't hit you. And there's a power-up right here. So I'm just going to shoot it, do a 360 to grab it. That power-up's optional. I just like it for consistency's sake. Alright, so now for this end part, it's just all about spamming. So you can stay a lot closer to the middle than you would think to activate all these turrets. So just kind of like that, and then we'll come back around and just spam destroy all of them. And now you can shoot a torpedo a little bit early there. And you can actually dunk the end target, but it's extremely difficult, and I would not recommend trying to dunk the middle target because you're probably just going to miss and end up wasting 2 or 3 seconds. And because it's now that we're at the end of episode 4, we're going to want to restart our game once the finished story cutscene starts playing. And we'll make our way over to the final episode, episode 5. So, finish story. We just wait for the stars to go, then we can use our task manager to close the game, and then reopen it. At this point, we already have all the extras that we need. So we don't need to go to the shop, we're just going to go straight to episode 5.